Hello, you're listening to the Ace Up Your Sleeve podcast. My name is Reichen Young, a student of the Acting Company for Excellence and host of the Ace Up Your Sleeve podcast. Today we are talking to Tori Edwards. Miss Tori has a BA in theater with an emphasis in acting and directing, as well as a dance certification from Texas A&M. Miss Tori also graduated with an MFA in theater with an emphasis in acting from the University of Central Florida. Miss Tori recently served as an education and performance intern at the largest professional theater in Central Florida, Orlando Shakespeare Theater. She spent her time there teaching the youth of Orlando about the power of storytelling and performed in their 2022-23 main stage session. A DFW native, Miss Tori is now the program director for NTPA Southlake. Welcome, Miss Tori.
Hello.
Oh my God, it's such an honor to have you on the show. We've never been to the Southlake location, so we're really excited to hear everything about it today. So, to begin, how did you get involved in theater, and really what inspired you to pursue it as a career?
So I was in the 5th grade, and we went to our middle school to look at the different electives that you could choose for 6th grade, and nothing appealed to me until I watched a little skit that was done by the theater class. And so I was like, oh, I want to do that. And from there, it just kind of spun into me doing a career in theater. Well, but that's the first moment with it, so.
Wow, that's incredible. Mm-hmm. Oh, and do you mind me asking, what skit was it?
I don't remember. I know that there was a big bow tie. That's all I can remember from that. But I know it was lovely, and I really enjoyed it. So, yeah.
So, you are very, very passionate about advocating for the arts while connecting with peers, students, and the community. Tell us more about that.
Community engagement is a huge part of what we do as artists. And the more that we give people the opportunity and accessibility to the arts, the more we as a society can find appreciation for the craft itself. And so I think that in any way that we can talk about it, it's only going to positively impact us for the future.
Wow, those are such beautiful words. Holy cow. Very well worded. So during your career, you have taught several collegiate-level theater courses focused on the fundamentals of acting. Tell us about the fundamentals of acting and why they are essential to an actor's arsenal.
So the fundamentals of acting, we talk about them all the time here at NTPA, that voice, body, imagination, those three. Thinking about those, though, I want to focus on the idea of imagination and or play, just because it's not a serious, it's a play. You want to have imagination and creativity that's flowing through everything, and if we stifle that and we get too up in our heads, the other pieces, the voice and the body, can get affected by that. So if we focus on play and imagination, everything else will come forward with that. It's all interconnected, but you have to start there. And we learned that as kids. That's why you play pretend, which turned us into theater people. So it all connects.
So in utilizing these very important techniques and the fundamentals of acting, what do you believe that it can really do for an actor, or say like a musical person, or?
Well, with play specifically, there's freedom in it and joy.
Very.
We tend to have tension if we're not focused on the play. Our bodies get tense, which can stifle the voice as well, vocal production, anything, and we get in our own way if we don't lean into that part of us, which is natural for every human to have a piece of play to them. And I think as we age, we forget about the idea and the importance of play, not only on stage, but in everyday life, because it brings a form of joy to all of us. So
absolutely. And I do agree, theater really does push a person out of their comfort zone. As you were saying, like being tense earlier, like in the first handful of plays that I know every actor goes through, they're super duper tense, they're super duper scared, and that really is just a pure fundamental of really acting and getting to become a human being. So you have directed many shows here during your career, including Junie B. Jones Jr., The Little Mermaid Jr., and Fiddler on the Roof Jr. If an NTPA student is interested in directing in the future, what should they need to know?
The first thing that's the most important about directing is collaboration. If you are not good at collaboration, you're going to have a hard time directing, or at least feel confident in it. That means any volunteers, any designers, creatives at all that are part of it. Some directors will have a music director who works with them, or a choreographer, or we have parent volunteers who do a great job, and they can actually bring extra to the table. So we never look at somebody else becoming a hindrance, but only growing what our vision initially started as, because a lot more minds on a project is always positive, especially with an actor. If you have an actor who has an idea, and you never thought about that idea as the director, asking them to try it, see where it fits in. If it works, we add it. If not, we move forward. But collaboration is key when it comes to directing.
And so kind of bouncing off of that, I know a lot of collaboration also includes compromise. What do you think about that?
Compromise, yeah. I think that you have to find balance with everything. So you have to look at the overarching success of it all as a whole thing, not just your individual. So it's for the greater good of, say, the production. If you're doing a show, you want it to be overall making sure everybody is featured and shined in that process. So, I mean, compromise is a good thing. I think it's finding the balance between collaboration and compromise.
Man, I love that. And it really is important also to, how do I say this? It's important to just acknowledge that as a human being as well. Like, not everything is going to go your way. Not everything is going to be exactly how you'd like it. And I do think in learning and, as you said, collaborating with other humans, that is truly a way to really figure out who you are. And so you're currently the program director of NTPA Southlake. Tell us more about that.
So Southlake is a really cool area because there's a lot going on over there, but it seems as if there's not much art, or at least theater specifically. They have a lot of sports and other offerings in that area, and Grapevine next door has a lot of entertainment, and so we do kind of coincide with that, but it feels almost like there's an artistic drought in that area. So to be able to bring our own creativity, our own theater to the area and expose people in that community to that is really positive, and it's definitely going to spur some change and impact that community in a positive way.
Beautiful. And that's come on, that's what theater is all about. We introduce new to the world. So what advice would you give students who want to pursue theater as a career? You need to work on focusing on the ways that you as an individual shine and bring those forward. Don't try to fit in the box that everybody tells you to go into. You are your own thing, which makes you special. Also, a no is not a bad thing. Sometimes a no in a situation redirects us to the thing that's actually meant for us. It's like spaghetti. Throw it to the wall, wait for what sticks. So... That was a beautiful metaphor. Oh my goodness. And now, Miss Tori, it's time for the Ace Up Your Sleeve 5 Quick Questions, where you answer every question quickly and without explanation. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What was the name of the first show you performed?
Annie Jr.
What is your favorite show?
Legally Blonde.
What is your favorite role?
Natalie Haller, All Shook Up.
What is your dream role?
Elle Woods or Alice in Bright Star.
Ooh. And what is your favorite candy?
Favorite candy? Reese's.
Nice. That truly is the best. Thank you so much, Miss Tori, for talking with us on the Ace Up Your Sleeve podcast. And until next time, I'm Reichen Young. Remember, you always have a winning hand with an ace up your sleeve. The Ace Up Your Sleeve podcast is brought to you by the students of the Acting Company for Excellence at North Texas Performing Arts. This podcast was created by Reichen Young, with sound design and editing by Latham Young. Faculty supervision is provided by Hannah Brewer. NTPA is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing the character of youth through quality performing arts education and family entertainment. Learn more about upcoming programs and events at ntpa.org.